You only get credit when you come to your person and you confess something without them finding out that they wouldn't have found out and that they had no idea to ask about.
Happy Monday, everyone. It's Sophie.
And Adi.
We're always looking for new ways to support you, and we know firsthand how life can get in the way.
So we've created 5-minute episodes with motivation from us and our great friends to keep you feeling ignited and inspired no matter what life throws at you.
Welcome to the Ignited Motivation Podcast. Mini episodes every Monday.
Listen while you brush your teeth.
Or on your morning walk.
And you'll never miss out on the latest tips and tricks that are keeping us feeling motivated.
So obviously there's the whole story of the boy who cried wolf, but I want to tell you the version from my life. My 8-year-old, my 10-year-old now, he's my middle son, has a habit of exaggerating or lying, either because he wants to get away from shit or because he wants to show off. So in reality, I know this, being a psychologist, it's not hard to be able to tell. Like, he actually has low self-esteem, and in order to deal with his low self-esteem, he exaggerated what he can do or has done, and he lies about times where he screwed up because he thinks that'll just prove that he's not really worth much. So this has happened his whole life. And his older brother is kind of like our angel kid. We've learned since, not exactly an angel, but for years we thought he was the angel kid. And Leo, my middle son, would constantly tell us that his older brother was fucking with him. We never believed him because he was always like a kid who lied. And then one day it became very, very clear that he told the truth. Like, it was very clear that he told us what happened and that his older brother messed with him on purpose to get him in trouble. And I had to take Leo to the side and I had to have the following conversation with him. I had to say to him, look, I'm sorry we didn't believe you. But you have to understand, from our vantage point, over and over and over again, you would tell us reality was one thing, and then we pretty quickly discovered that it was something else. And when that happens enough times, we lose all ability to trust anything you tell us. And it becomes one of those things where, like, you can tell me the sky is blue and it'll be like, Sophie, go outside and make sure that the sky is actually blue. Water is clear that comes out of our faucet. Babe, can you turn the faucet on? I just want to make sure the water's clear. It didn't matter what he said. Nobody believed the word that came out of his mouth. Most of us only think of impeachment in the context of politics. You are now on trial, and we may not like it. It may not feel good. We may feel like it's not warranted, but none of that matters. Just like when you're on trial, by the way, for real, right? Because if somebody sues you, you can believe it was completely false and it doesn't matter. You're still on trial. So the only way to dig yourself out of a hole of obfuscation and manipulation and lying, the only way is to make a very clear decision. And that is, I'm going to do everything I can to tell the truth always, even when it's terrible. Now, here's the magic of this formula, though. And this is something that a lot of us have a hard time with. When you tell them everything is good and everything is actually good, it buys you almost no credit. I'm going to repeat that. When you tell them you didn't do anything and everything is fine and it's really fine, you didn't really do anything, it buys you zero credit. First of all, because that's the expectation. So that's like saying, I joke about this, right? I cheated on my wife in our first year. And I say to this day, it was 19 years ago I cheated on my wife. And I said, I still don't get to come home and be like, hey, babe, it's been 19 years since I cheated on you. High five. No, like, it's just expected you're not going to cheat on me. So no credit for telling the truth when the truth is good. You only get credit when you come to your person and you confess something without them finding out that they wouldn't have found out and that they had no idea to ask about. That's when you get credit. Now, why does this suck? This sucks because we don't want to admit the shit we did wrong. We want it to go away. We want it to disappear. We want to never think about it, never talk about it. But if you can come to your person and say, hey, I know we're being honest and I just never want to lie to you again. So I just want to let you know that thing that happened 3 weeks ago that you believe was blah, 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 it was actually this other thing. And they're going to hate it. They hate it. They scream at you and they yell at you, but you just bought yourself a credit point. Because at the end of all of that, they go, okay, when I'm dealing with my partner, even if they pull the wool over my eyes for a bit, they're going to come back. They're going to tell me the truth. And eventually, you have to get to a place where the line between you lying and telling the truth is moments. And then eventually you get to the place where you don't even tell the lie. But there will be times where you're like, no, babe, it was this, that, the other. Hold on. No, it was, I'm gonna let me backtrack on that and let me tell you what actually happened. And it's those are the opportunities you get to win back trust, because our partners unfortunately, they expect that they will never get that from us, that they will never get true transparency from us, even when they believe that things are good. So that's a hard lesson. It took me a long time to learn when it came to reestablishing trust.
You just listened to the Ignited Motivation Podcast.
Did you love the mini dose of motivation? Please let us know. Your feedback and experience is our number one motivator. Leave us a review, subscribe, and share with your favorite people on your favorite apps. And don't forget to catch the next episode every Monday.
Because we want to hear from you. So join the conversation and discover bonus content on our website and Instagram. You can find the links in the show notes. Now that you're ignited, what are you motivated to take on?